David Sills, Gary Jennings were sensational, and they did a nice job making big plays. A lot of the big plays where I thought we were in good coverage and in good position, and they made a play that that we needed to make. And so I want to make sure I take my hat off to them and Coach Holgerson and the job that they did. With that being said, obviously, proud of our team, the way they fought back in the fourth quarter and had a chance to go tie the game up with a 2-point conversion there at the end, and was proud of their effort, was proud of their ability to rally, was proud of the defense. I think basically having a shutout in the fourth quarter. So a lot of young guys stepped up, a lot of new guys stepped up, and for that I'm proud of them, and we'll continue to try to work with them. But I know that they're disappointed, and we unfortunately let the game get too far away before mounting that comeback. So we'll continue to try to get better. We'll continue to try to get ready for a really good Texas team next week. Hope that we can build off some of the momentum that was there in the fourth quarter. We'll have to continue. I think we had a couple injuries tonight, so we'll have to continue to bring guys along and have them ready when we need them. But I take my hat off to West Virginia. I hurt for our kids, and I really hurt for our seniors. I think the thing that stood out to me tonight, it was those seniors who I don't always haven't known. But seeing them, running down, seeing, Tayon and Taylor and Davion Hall running down on kickoffs and doing everything they could to keep us in that game. They said a lot to me about who they are, and I'm proud of them. I'm proud to know them, and hopefully we can send them out on the right note. So with that, I'll see what questions you have.
Matt, what were you trying to do when you brought Charlie in? I mean, at that point, are you just trying something new or different, or?
No, just a couple things. I think we started the night out, and like 3 guys had the stomach flu yesterday. We weren't sure of the same thing we had last week. We weren't sure if Mo Porter was going to play, and then Zach about 3 o'clock said, "I don't feel good. I have the stomach flu." So we told Charlie to be ready. And I thought, you look at Zach's numbers. He was 16 of 27 for 261 yards. He just got sacked 5 times, and I didn't want him to continue to stay in there and take a beating. And the one thing that Charlie brings to the table is the ability to run and to move, and sort of got us going in the run game with some quarterback reads. And so we just figured, why continue to let, Zach doesn't feel well to begin with, why continue to let him take a beating, and let's let Charlie get in there and have some meaningful snaps like he did last week. And I think we saw, what Charlie brings to the table and the job that he did, and ended up just one play away from doing it. And so, but yeah, that was sort of the thought process.
Well, is there a quarterback controversy?
I think you would say that both quarterbacks, would have an opportunity to start, but I'd have to see everything and see the film and see who's feeling well. Charlie got beat up a little bit out there too because he was running so much. But I don't want to minimize the job I thought Zach did, and I don't want to minimize the job I think Charlie did in getting in there. And so sometimes a little easier to get in there at the end when people are playing a little bit more off. Zach was getting 0 blitz and coming at him, and made some throws down the sidelines that we have to come up with to help him. So I'd hate to jump to any conclusions, but we've known that Zach's a good quarterback, and we've known that Charlie's a good quarterback, and so they're freshmen and a sophomore. So we'll just continue to bring them along and see who continues to emerge.
Is it a good problem to have?
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, like, you're going through a tough spurt like this, when you know that you have a quarterback, you feel good. And when you know that you have 2 quarterbacks, you feel good. And I think, Charlie showed that he had moxie out there tonight, showed that he's going to go out there and compete. And I think Zach's shown his toughness of standing there and take all the hits that he took tonight. So, I definitely think it's a good problem to have.
Preston Ebner has taken a tremendous leap up the last couple of weeks. What have you thought about his play?
And for a guy that's never played running back before, he's certainly doing a heck of a job. He's shown some toughness. Some explosive plays, the ability to he'll fight for extra yardage. And so I think when you see him, Lovett went out there and tried to play with after being banged up. I didn't think he was going to play, and he went in there to give us a little change up. So I think all those guys, those young kids, are growing up, and Ebner's certainly a guy that really emerged tonight.
Lovett and Pooh Strickland just, I guess, feel good enough today to be able to give it a go.
Their training staff did a great job. They tried to do a little bit on Thursday, and the plan was not to play Pooh a ton. Was if he felt like he could go, he could go. He looked good in warm-ups, and then Snead goes down. Trevor went down for a little bit, so kind of an already depleted receiving core got hurt a couple more guys, so we had to play him a little bit more than we were probably planning on it.
Not sure if you were aware, but after the 2-point conversion that was no good, the entire stadium stood up and gave you guys a standing ovation. There was the appreciation of you guys fighting tooth and nail. What does that say about that? And just give me your thoughts on doing that for the fans, like you said Tuesday. You want to do it for the Baylor line, with the fans, do it for the fans, and they show their appreciation right back.
Well, I think, for me, I think the people that stayed to the end and saw that effort, I would say thank you. And, we're beyond, we're not here to have moral victories, but we are here. I talked at the press conference last night, we want our effort to honor our university and honor the people that believe in it. We want to bring honor and glory to God with the way we play and the way we handle adversity. And I think that our kids did that tonight. Now, we didn't, there's things I'll talk to them about. They scored that touchdown right before the half, and we went into the locker room, and it was like a morgue. I said, we're down 11. We were down 11 against Oklahoma at halftime, and guys were dancing in the locker room. We're down 11 now, and we just are so emotional right now. Then we come back, we get the onside kick, and to go down 11, and we're dancing on the sidelines. I said, we're just down 11 again. Like, what are we doing, But to go back to your question, I think, I just said to those guys in there, I said it when we said our prayer, I just said, none of those kids in that locker room are here by accident. They were all chosen to be there, and they are strong enough to go through this. And somebody has to go through this for Baylor. And somebody has to, go through this tough time. And the men, I'll say the men, the doctors, the trainers, the administrators, the coaches, the players especially, they're enduring this tough time. And they think they did it tonight with class and toughness, and they didn't quit, and they fought for their university. And so for that to be recognized, I think is a special thing. It's not many places where you go where people value what they see over just the scoreboard. And that's what's happened twice at our university. Now, why is that important? Because there's going to be a day when the scoreboard is going to be flipped, and there's going to be a day when we win, and we win a lot. And we'll always know, though, that our value to our university, to our fans, to the Baylor line is not just the wins, but it's the way we play and the way we do things. And that's what these kids are learning right now. When it all comes together, these guys, I'll tell you what now, they're going to be something else. They're going to be something else. They don't quit. And so the people that stayed to the end, I'm grateful. And I know our players are grateful. And hopefully we honored them.
To get back in it, how big was the onside kick at that point?
I mean, you think about, Jay, I think the last time he was at the stadium, he was in the Baylor line. He's done that once. He's done that once in practice, and it really wasn't there. I looked at Taylor and Tayon. I said, y'all want to do it? And they said, yeah, we'll find a way to go get it. And I said, if we don't get it, hold them to the field. Well, yeah, Coach, we'll go get it. So same thing with all those fourth downs in our own territory. Our kids were saying, go for it, Coach. So it was just a tremendous effort by Jay. And I don't even know who came up with the ball. They were yelling different names. You guys might know better than me. But I just think our kids fought, and just tried to give them a chance to go have a chance to win the game. And maybe I could have done a better job in the first half of giving them some chances to go win the game. But, we went after, tried to block punts. We tried to do some things, and the kids stepped up in the second half and made those plays like that one.
Obviously, Charlie sparking the offense the way that he did, but did you feel it kind of reverberating through the whole team, kind of everyone catching the snowball and really getting it rolling?
Yeah, I think, those kids want something good to happen, and so I think when Gavin hit that long post, down to the 3-yard line, I think our kids emerged, right? And then they answered. And so sort of one of those back and forth games. So we're not ever really able to sustain some energy. But I think the touchdown to the onside kick to the touchdown really gave them some hope. And so, as I said, those guys are tough. But, it's hard to be optimistic when, things aren't really going your way. But they're being optimistic. They just continue to pound the rock. And but I think kind of the way it started to go, the fourth down conversions, the energy, the running, seeing guys make plays, I think that was fun for everybody.
You said a couple of days ago that you've been noticing Gavin Holmes and saying he probably needs to play more. Other than that catch, just overall, what did you think of his night?
I thought he was really, really good. Made some crucial catches. He played on special teams, and you can see that he has, he's got some explosiveness to him. And so you start counting up the amount of plays made by the young kids. And, Lynch gets a sack. I think we had one sack tonight probably. Lynch had the sack, So I think there's a bunch of those kids stepped up. Eric Oger, stepped up, made some plays. And so, but I think Gavin is a guy that you could just see in the bye week. He's starting to get it. I use the word process, and people talk, and all that really means is just practicing and practicing and practicing to get yourself better. You know what I mean? And so that you become a good player. And then, and Gavin's done that. And so, I actually texted his dad this week. He said, you raised a winner. Like, this kid's a winner. And he went out there and he played really, really hard. And then the production then shows up.
Matt, it's hard for anyone to play 60 minutes, and you have seen spurts in certain games. Is that just basically the inexperience of this team not yet understanding the urgency at times, at certain times in the game?
And I don't think there's any issue with urgency. I think there can be some emotion at times. I think there's some times where, a spot where we're just not quite good enough yet, and it doesn't mean the kid's not good enough. It's just he's not where we need to be, and that can get exposed, and so. I think we make some mistakes on defense. We play defense to take people away, and you can see when it works. I mean, we play well, and then if the guy makes a mistake or a guy gets beat, and it doesn't look real good right now. But I wouldn't say urgency. I think if anything, sometimes I'm telling the kids on the sideline, just to relax and play ball, man. Stop trying to do so much. Stop trying to win the game all in one play, and just do your job and play as hard as you can. And so I think you see some of the young kids playing that way, and it shows up with the way that they play.
Other than a shorter field, what do you attribute the struggles in and just outside of the red zone, especially earlier tonight too?
The inability to run the football. Really, at the end of the day, we thought we had a really good run plan coming in. We thought we were going to be able to run the football, and it just, here and there, but not really to the level that we wanted. I said on the radio, that opened up some of the RPOs where we were hitting the seam ball to Gavin and to Mims. So there were some big plays that were run calls, but they put an extra guy down in the box and said, hey, you're not going to run it. And, that was kind of unfortunate to us. And then the game got away. And I said, hey, play it differently. Let's go after them, throw the football. And so I think in the second half, one of the reasons why we got the run game going a little bit was Charlie's ability to, do some of the zone read stuff and the quarterback read stuff. So that accounted for one extra defender. But, until we can run the football in, we're losing those 4-point plays. We're taking field goals instead of touchdowns, and that's really the difference in the football game.
Is this one of the weirdest seasons you've ever been a part of?
It's not really weird to me. I don't like it, but I appreciate it. And, I don't want our kids to like losing. I don't want them to like any of this, but I appreciate what we're trying to get done. And I appreciate, how much better they're playing. And I appreciate, you can see when we don't play real well, we can get down 37-13, and all of a sudden we start playing well. And so that's really it. I mean, my job is just to coach them. My job's not, I just have to keep coaching them. And I brought up about being down by 11 a couple different times and the different emotions in the game, when really at the end of the day, you're just down 11. And all you can do is score a touchdown, get a 2-point conversion, and kick a field goal. And so, but yeah, that's really where it is. And all I want to see is down this stretch, I want to make sure we honor our seniors who are out there fighting for us and send them out on the right note. And then we continue to build momentum for the young guys on the football team where they learn how to win. And they learned. That was a team that was trying to go win, and we put the ball in the hands of Charlie on that 2-point conversion, just sprinting out throw, thinking he could run it, and they made one more play than we made. You know what? He'll come back from that and he'll make that play. And I'm not saying he didn't make that play; they made a great play, but. We'll just continue to coach and just, not like what's happening, but appreciate the effort and the coaching and the dedication and the work that's going on to go from the team that, lost to Liberty and lost to UTSA to a team that, at the very least they don't quit and they fight.
Does his mobility, Charlie Brewer's ability, open up the running game because they have to account for him?
Yep. Very much so, yeah. And that's why I think some of the runs, and he still has the ability to throw the RPOs, but, people just, in college football, if you want to line up and put 9 guys in the box, you're going to be able to stop the run. And so you have to be able to throw and catch a football, or you have to be able to read somebody and have a quarterback who can run. And I think that's what, Charlie brought some of those plays. Even when some of the plays today were, we took some drop back shots, and when they weren't there, he ran around and made a big play. And that mobility opened up the field and kept drives going.
Any early word on R.J. Sneed and any other injuries that might have an effect next week?
It didn't sound, when I was out there with R.J., it didn't sound like it was good. But I'll wait to hear from them. I haven't even seen the doctors yet, but it sounded like it was like an injury. But I don't know, it wasn't like a knee or anything. It sounded like it was a bone, so I don't know that would be good. But I haven't got the official word yet.
Now, was that a run-pass option then on the 2-point?
Yeah, that was sprint out. He keeps running, not there. He turns and throws the ball back to the tight end who runs the wide alley, and then there's a backside in cut. So there's about 4 options on that play, which is kind of a good 2-point play. Their kid made a play. I haven't even seen it, so I didn't even see how he got hit. So he was turning to throw the ball back to Feuerbacher in the backside corner when their guy made the play. And so credit to them. They made the play, and I really thought we were going to make that play.
It gets lost a little bit, but you talked about, you've been wanting that fourth quarter shutout. The defense shut them out in the fourth quarter and gave you a chance.
Yeah, and, I think, they didn't have the ball a ton, but, we got the key stop. They didn't have the ball a ton, but they got the key stops when they needed them. And really got off the field on third down when we needed them. That was the biggest key, is you got to get off the field on third down if you want to have a chance. And we were able to do that. We gave up some of those big long drives. We gave up 3rd and 15, 3rd and 17, and even on the first drive, we gave up, that first third down. Like Clay was about to sack him. They just threw the ball up, and the kid made a play. So that was the difference to me in the fourth quarter.
All right.
Appreciate everybody. Thank you very much.